is review and approve September 19th, 2022 draft minutes. I hear a motion to approve.
I just have a comment. Dr. Greenlees, who had passed away 2 years prior to this, I believe, is still listed, so that was the only.
For the September meeting minutes?
For the, yeah, for the
Okay.
February meeting, so he should be removed from that.
So, are we looking at the September meeting minutes of the full board of the Schoharie County Capital Resource Corporation?
21, 22 minutes. I don't think he was around at that time.
Let's see.
No, I'm sorry. The annual draft minutes, February 23. That's what I'm looking at.
He's on the committee.
Yes. So you're
The
looking,
annual draft,
okay.
February
So
23.
annual board,
Obviously, but
so there's a correction in section 4 of the February 7th annual board of directors meeting for CRC, where Dr. Greenlees is not a member, and the member should be for audit committee. I'm just writing the corrections with meeting minutes. So the CRC audit committee members are, I think it's in your list,
Chet, Wanda, Peter.
should be Chet, Wanda King, and Peter Johnson replaced Dr. Greenlees. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, then the finance committee correction should be
Wanda, Joe, and I.
Wanda King, Ben Overing, and Joe Trapani. And then the governance committee.
all five members are on that one.
Okay. All 5 living members should be on that. Sorry. Members. So the meeting minutes from February 7th, 2023, with the corrections for audit, finance, and governance committee members. Is that a motion, Joe?
Yeah, I so moved to accept it.
And meeting called to order at AM, not PM.
All right, so Joe moved the acceptance of second.
I'm confused. We're approving the September 19th, 20,
Yeah, September 19th, 2022. That's the finance
No.
committee meeting.
No, that's finance committee. So
No, that's
the,
finance.
Joe's correct. You've got the SCCRC Annual Board of Directors meeting, February 7th, 2023. Do you have a copy of that,
This is-
Peter?
this is what we-
I'm just following this
The agenda.
CRC board meeting agenda.
The agenda.
It says approved 19th, but, okay,
You're right.
So that's incorrect too.
so we're approving the February 23rd.
That's correct.
That's correct. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none? Minutes approved. Now, don't we have to go back and finish business in the finance committee?
Yes. So you should
Before
have,
they come up for recommendation.
correct, so you have the finance committee meeting minutes from September of 2022.
Right.
That was the last official meeting. There wasn't a quorum last week, so there are no notes for that.
Okay. So the next item here, not on this agenda, is to approve September 19th, 2022 minutes
Yes,
Finance committee
for the
first.
finance.
Right?
yes.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve as corrected?
Motion.
Yeah.
Corrections for the, approve the agenda correction, or?
Approving minutes.
Minutes of the September 19, 22.
Is there a correction to those that's needed?
No, not,
Okay.
unless
I
you
think we're all right.
All right.
So, and I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, minutes are approved. Now, we have to go back and take care of some business and that.
What about the audit committee?
No, I think Mr. Burton's correct. So I think, do you want to have a finance committee or do you want to take action as a full board for the auditor selection? Is where Mr. Burton's, I think.
All right, so we don't,
That's
That's why then we don't-
The finance is just the budget for the CRC. The audit is the audit committee.
I'm sorry, the action for the finance
It's
committee.
just too many little things, we're such a small board anyway.
So do you think that that should happen now?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, the finance committee recommendation for the budget.
okay.
I think as part of the CRC, it would be good to say, if somebody so is inclined to recommend the budget as presented, if everybody recalls, it's 2 or 3 line items.
Well, we didn't have enough, we didn't have a quorum to make the recommendation from the finance committee.
Well, we had a recommendation, but we couldn't get the approval. Is that right? So could we now, approve the recommendation? Is that?
That's what I was thinking. Is there a motion to approve the recommendation from the finance committee on the budget as corrected?
Yeah, I'll move that.
Is there a second?
Yes.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, finance budget is approved. Now we can move over into the regular meeting and the recommendation from the finance committee to accept the budget.
And now we're on the audit committee.
Now, we did that. We just did the finance committee,
Harry.
so now we're gonna do the audit committee, right?
Correct, yes, apologies.
No, it happens when we do this, really.
No, I think
All the
this is
time.
good. And I do have a copy of the CRC budget that you just approved, if anybody wants to take another look at it. Okay, you did, okay.
Okay, I'll move the approval of the recommendation of the audit committee, which includes the selection of the auditor, Mostert, Manzanera, and Scott.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, recommendation is approved. Okay. So that takes care of the finance and the audit committee.
Well done.
Now we got old business.
We're going to find our stride here.
I guess my confusion was we weren't able to complete the finance subcommittee's recommendation, so I thought we had to approve that within the finance
Yeah.
committee, have that recommendation come forward to the full committee, and then approve.
And you did, and you're correct. And we got there.
Yeah, we are getting closer.
Yes.
Wanted an analogy with it. We're through.
Okay. Is there any old business?
Not that I'm aware of.
No,
Any new business?
no.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, the CRC board meeting is adjourned. Development Agency board meeting. First item on the agenda is to review and approve the March 1st, 2023 minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
Yeah, okay.
I'll second.
All All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, minutes are approved. Committee reports. First, the audit committee.
I mean, that one didn't have a recommendation, that was a full committee.
Yes, and that's April meeting minutes, correct. And you should have that in your packet.
So, the recommendation from the audit committee is to accept or approve the auditor.
Correct.
Is there a motion to do that?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, auditor is approved. Finance committee. Motion from the finance committee to, recommendation from the finance committee to accept the budget for 20.
Did you want to approve the meeting minutes from September? The finance committee was unable to act because it didn't have the quorum. So you could approve the September 19, 2022 meeting minutes and then review the IDA budget to determine or accept the recommendation of the discussion for the IDA budget. So I think the September meeting minutes, then the budget.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the September 19, 2022 Finance Committee meeting minutes?
I'll make that.
Okay.
I'm going for sure.
Are we there? Were you present?
Are
You
you
were?
on the finance committee?
You are, Joe.
I am, so I'll move to accept. I think Ben is on,
Ben,
and Wanda.
I need a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Now we're dealing with the
IDA budget.
Yeah.
recommendation of the finance committee to accept the budget.
Which, if you have here,
Yes,
What
I
do you
think,
want to
yeah,
do?
I think we had that one area which we all know of, which was the land sale, including the amount on it.
I didn't revise it.
I didn't either,
Okay.
because I thought it was up for
Yeah.
discussion, even though I knew we were.
So
losing
there
it.
were, yes, so the discussion was, so if we could recall the committee, the discussion was if we received a written contract, we would add a land sale to the revenue side of the budget. We received a signed contract a day ago, so I did not revise the budget. I should revise the budget. I think the other note was, I think that was the primary note. Otherwise, the recommendation was to approve the budget and the middle column, the 100,000
That's right.
estimation.
I think we were going, about the land sale, to reflect, we were gonna talk to the auditors, right? And the auditors said for the budget going forward, we just want to make sure. Okay, yeah. Okay,
And now, and I will follow up with him on the appropriate
Okay.
number, or what he thinks we should be a number of.
yeah.
And I'll email everybody for.
All right, so then, I would move to accept that.
Can we approve it contingent upon the addition of the disposition of the asset number?
What do you think?
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll
So
make that
there's a motion to approve the budget to reflect the anticipated revenue from the land sale under contract.
auditor says is, and that's correct. The auditor said we should reflect. I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, budget is accepted.
Thank you.
Are we finished with the finance committee?
I hope so.
Old business. I'm slow this morning. Old
No,
business.
this,
No,
when
this
you,
is
when you,
good. This
when
is
you
the
combine
next
these, it
phase.
seems simple when you say it, but yeah, it's hard to follow bouncing ball.
All right, first item on the agenda, SCIDA administration.
You do have the ability to go into executive session for administration, the property sales, and any contractual discussions.
Okay, we should do that.
Yeah, I move we go into executive session for administrative discussion.
Did you want to speak to the real property transactions as well in your executive session? I
Yes.
think the record's supposed to reflect
Right,
what you're
right, the
talking about.
administration personnel and then the contract, do what you said.
Shall we do that at the end of the meeting?
You have a motion on the table.
I'm gonna do that
It
now.
hasn't been seconded.
Okay.
Do we have other business besides what's under old business? Do we have new business or anything else to cover? Once we come out of the executive session, or is this,
Not that I'm aware of.
so we're gonna go into executive session for A through E?
I believe you can discuss all of those items in executive session.
Okay.
So if we don't have anything for 5 or 6, we can set the meeting.
We should discuss questions for the search committee. We should discuss.
Right, we can do
the-
an executive session, and when you come out of executive
Okay.
session, if there are actions,
Okay.
then we'll record those actions.
Okay.
All right, so the motion to go into executive session.
By Peter at 10:14.
I can second that.
Joe seconded. Okay, so that means we'll stop recording, Bill. I'm going to sort to.
Okay.
We're set.
Recording in progress.
Okay, do you have a motion to exit executive session?
Oh.
Motion to,
Yeah, I move that we exit executive session and go to the normal board meeting.
second?
Second.
Okay.
For old business?
Okay, I believe you have two motions as it relates to the SCIDA administration. Joe, did you want to make the first motion about a memo to the county board of supervisors?
Yeah, I move that Chet and I prepare a memo that we will submit to the board for approval to the county board of supervisors in connection with hiring the full-time executive planner.
Perfect. So,
I'll second.
So moved.
okay, the second motion as it relates to the ID administration is relative to Ron Filmer's continued service throughout April and as his availability allows moving forward.
Yes. Do we have to pay an amount? Do we have to state the amount?
Probably.
Yes.
So,
The amount
2,000 for
2,000. Yep.
2,000 for April and to be determined on an hourly
on
basis.
an hourly basis,
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Approved. Next item is Middleburg Meadows.
Right, Middleburg Meadows was a discussion and there's no action to be taken as it relates to Middleburg Meadows. Mortgage lien.
Next item, SSI default actions.
Yes, there's a motion requested that the board would authorize the chairman to sign the termination documents as provided by IDA council.
And also, in that, do we say that we would claim the full clawback for the sales tax?
The agreements read that you have a responsibility on behalf of New York State to act on the clawback provisions, yes.
Clawback, yes. So moved.
Second?
Second.
Motion approved. Land property sales.
The land property sales, there are currently 2 land property sale contracts in motion at the IDA. One of those contracts for 309 and 349 Mineral Springs Road has been authorized by the board and fully executed by both parties. We are now in the due diligence period and anticipating a down payment for that contract. The second contract is in draft form. It has been sent to the prospective buyer. And that would be for 26 acres across the street from 349 Mineral Springs Road.
Next item, town of Cobblestone Shad Point.
This is the effort we're working on with Supervisor Campbell, and it's funded by the county's ARPA allocation. In this process, we have engaged with the IDA Council to prepare a purchase option for an area near Shad Point off of exit 22. That contract was drafted and sent to the seller. The IDA has received a counter offer in which has been negotiated and terms have been discussed with IDA Council and the town supervisor on behalf of the county's ARPA dollars. And that response to the counteroffer should be submitted this week.
That ends old business. New business,
Do not have any new business.
other.
I do not have any other.
Set the date for the next meeting. We have enough information at this point to do that.
I do not know, but as I understand on the IDA administration, you will have meetings coming forward. We anticipate the full board will interview the candidates either the first week of May or the second week of May. So that date is to be determined.
Okay. Motion for adjournment?
Motion.
Second.
Motion approved.
We should, well, we're still recording. We should probably acknowledge that everybody had to exit. Peter left the meeting Ron left at 11:38. Wanda and Peter both left executive session at, I think it was 11:25, just for the record. So thank you.
And you had